Hello everyone and welcome back to the Tune In. Today we're going to be ranking my Prince albums, so let's get into it. Okay, so as I said, we're going to be ranking the Prince albums today, and I'm going to go from my least favorite to my favorite. So my least favorite album is News by Prince. It's made up of 4 songs, each 14 minutes long, and they're all instrumentals. News stands for North, East, West, and South, and it's a cool concept, but I don't exactly like that they're each 14 minutes long and they're all instrumentals. And so, for that reason, it's like kind of my least favorite. My next album is Expectation by Prince. Now, it's another one, it's all instrumental. It came out the same year as News, and it's very, like, vibey. You can vibe to it. It's all instrumental, like I said, and, like, there is some good songs, but I would not sit down and just listen to it because there's, like, nothing really to it besides all instrumentals. My next is Come by Prince. Now, this is a good album, but it's very repetitive in its sounds. The sounds just repeat over and over and over, and it's very like 80s drum synth sound. Like, it's all too much. And I think that he could have went a little different of a way with this album, but he didn't, and this is the result. So let's move on to the next one. So my next one is Graffiti Bridge by Prince. I had this in a random record pulling video, and I said it was a good album. I only know a couple songs off of it. But that's all I can really say. I only know a couple songs off of it, so I can't really tell you whether it's great or whether it's terrible. But the songs that I've listened to are so good, and I recommend. Okay, so my next one is Hit and Run Phase 1 by Prince. It's a very like pop record. Like, this was made in 2015, and so it's just very pop-oriented. And there's a good song on it called June is really good. X's Face is really good. Hard Rock Lover is really good. 1000 X's and O's. It's such a good album for the songs that I know. But all the others are basically like compilation of like pop sounds and synth and drums, and it can be a little bit too much at times. So for that reason, like, it's that low on my list. Okay, for my next one, it's Planet Earth by Prince. Now, this cover, oh shoot, you can't see it. Oh, there we go. It's like I forget what you call that, a holograph, I don't know. But like, you turn it and it's a different image of Prince, and then you turn it and you see his symbol. And I really like the cover of it. An okay Prince album, not the best. Future Baby Mama is a song on it. Anyway, yeah, Resolution is a good song. Guitar is a really good song. Just jam out to this. Don't take anything like seriously. Just listen to it. Okay, so my next one is Rave Into the Joy Fantastic by Prince. It has so many good songs on it, but it's this low because it's around the time where he was just doing pop over and over and over again. Pretty Man is a good song on this album, but I wouldn't put it up too high on my list just because, again, it's repetitive, and it just really doesn't do it for me all the way. All right, so I can't show you the next album cover, all I will show you is that. Because for certain reasons, I can't show you the album cover, halfly because he's basically naked. But good songs on this album are Alphabet Street, Glam Slam, Love Sexy, the title track, When Two Are in Love, and I Wish You Heaven are really good songs on this. So the next one is called Plectrum Electrum. Great album, but this isn't the original cover, so I'll put that up here. And it's a great album, but again, it doesn't rank high enough to go way high up. There are some good songs like, oh man, what are some good songs? Tic Tac Toe is really good. Another Love is really good. Mars is really good. It's definitely worth the listen. All right, so my next album is a 3 CD set called Lotus Flower by Prince. As you can see, it like folds out. And there's two Prince albums, and then there's one by a woman named Bria Valente. She was kind of Prince's protege at the time, if that's the right word. And it's a really good album. Like on one of the albums is called MPL Sound, so Minneapolis Sound. Chocolate Box is really good. Dance For Me is really good. You're Gonna See Me is really good. Here is really good. Old School Company is really good. And No More Candy For You is a really good song. Crimson and Clover is another one on another CD. Forever is really good. Feel Good, Feel Better, Feel Wonderful is really good. And Dreamer is a really good song. I don't know any of the songs on Bria Valente's CD, but I've like skipped through them and I've heard a little bit and it sounds like it's pretty good. So I might have to go listen to that. And I suggest this 3 CD set all the way to you guys. So my next album is Rave Unto the Joy Fantastic. Now, this is Rave Into, and this is Rave Unto, like UN2. Now, he put this out so he could fulfill a contract that he had, but I don't see the point in it since it's literally the same album, except for kind of different covers, kind of. But again, I'll put this one right here. Silly Game, Strange But True, Rave Unto the Joy Fantastic, the title track. Really freaking good songs, and I highly suggest it. So the next one is called Crystal Ball. I think it's a 36 CD, no, 36 track like box set that he did called Crystal Ball. I don't have it, but again, I will put the cover up right here. It's a really cool cover, but there's so many songs on there, I couldn't name like 5 because there's so many titles. But on one, I like Tomorrow. I like Rapop Got a Zippa. Those are like my 2 favorite songs on there, and they're just so good. Like, I highly recommend that album too. Okay, my next one is called The Truth, and it's an acoustic album, which is something that you don't see much from Prince. It's all acoustic, and it's really, really, really great. Some songs on here, I have to move this out of the way. Some songs on here, Don't Play Me is really good. Third Eye is really good. Man in a Uniform. The Truth is really good. It's so good. And if you just want a good acoustic listen, please go to this album. Okay, so my next album, this is going to make some people mad, I bet. It's a very iconic Prince album, and it's sad to say that I have it this low. Dirty Mind by Prince. Now, this album kind of started it for him, but it's not my favorite. I mean, Dirty Mind is good. Uptown is really good. Party Up is good. But there's not like a list of good songs. Like there's like 3 songs on it that are pretty good, and I just don't really see, like I had to put it up this high. I would have put it even lower, but I had to put it up this high because it's this iconic of a Prince record, and you could, I can't talk today, I'm sorry. You can't put a Prince record that is this iconic that low on a list, so for that reason, I put it that high. So I think for today, that's where I'm going to stop because I have a lot more to get to, plus all these CDs. And so, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow when I'm back in. See ya. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. So let's move straight to the next album. The next album is Hit Run. Sorry, I can't talk today. Hit and Run Phase 2. Now, I'm shocked this actually isn't higher on my list because it's really, really, really good. And there's a lot of vibey, like jazz stuff and blues. And the song Baltimore is a great example of that. To name a couple songs off of this that I really like: Baltimore, Stare, Extra Lovable, Groovy Potential When She Comes, Screwdriver, Black Muse, Revelation, and Big City. Basically, the entire album is a masterpiece, and you guys need to go listen to it. Okay, so the next album is Artificial Age. Now, I don't actually have this album, so I'll put it up right here. First of all, it's a very, very, very good album. It's very futuristic, and it was starting to show how Prince was slowly evolving into the modern pop section. Songs like Clouds and, oh man, The Gold Standard is one of the most amazing songs on that album. It's just a really good album, and it's one of the only modern pop albums I really like because it just makes you want to dance. It makes you want to move, and it's just really in a weird way, but in a cool way also. It's inspiring because, I don't know, there's something about it. It wants to keep you going, and it's just really good. So the next album is 3121 by Prince. This album is really, really, really good. Again, I didn't put it that high up on my list, but for the next, I think there's close to 20 albums left. For the next 20 albums, these are all good albums. I just didn't know where to exactly put them because in my opinion, they all could have went to the top, but I can't do that, so I had to put them and rank them. So for those reasons, I couldn't put it up that high. But 3121 is a great song. Lolita is a great song. Ti Amo Corazon. Black Sweat, Incense and Candles, Love, Satisfied, Fury, The Word, and Get on the Boat are really good songs. And again, this is another album that you need to go listen to because a lot of people don't know much about this album, and I think it's very underrated. So in 2004, Prince kind of had a comeback, and this is my next favorite album, Musicology from 2004. Now, this is very blues and pop, and I don't know, there's not one genre that I could put to this, but there's electronic sounds, there's very original sounds in this album, with Musicology, really good. Illusion, Coma, Pimpin', Circumstance is probably my favorite song on this album. Life of the Party is really good. Call My Name. What Do You Want Me to Do is I think it's the only song that really incorporates electronic and smooth beats. It bounces around a lot, but it's very smooth, and that's what I really like about that song. On the Couch is good. Dear Mr. Man is a really good song. And Reflection is probably my second favorite song on this album. And again, I think this is underrated because this is easily one of his best albums, but not many people seem to know or care about it. So highly recommend. Okay, so the next one is The Rainbow Children by Prince. Such a good album. There's songs like Rainbow Children, Mellow is really good. The Work, I think. No, Willing to Do the Work or something like that. And it's really, really good. Again, this is like when he was kind of in his jazz phase. And he had a period of a couple years where he was like strong Jehovah's Witness. And this album really represents that because each song in some kind of way incorporates religion or God or anything to do with religion. And it's really good. Like it can get controversial at times because he does bring up some stuff. But if you can just look past the lyrics and just listen to the music, it's really great, and you should go listen to it. Okay, so the next album is The Vault, Old Friends for Sale. Now, this is kind of a compilation album of, like, I think an 8-year period of songs, and it's just all put onto one album. Really, really, really good album, though. What songs are on here? I can't even remember, but it's so freaking good. There's The Rest of My Life. It's about that walk. She Spoke to Me. 5 Women is really good. There Is Lonely. And My Little Pill. All of those are really good songs, and you have to go listen to that. All right, so the next one is Chaos and Disorder. Now, this album is very good. Chaos and Disorder is a very rock-oriented album. If you like rock, this is the Prince album for you. I Like It There, Dinner with Dolores, The Same December, Right the Wrong, Xanily. Xanily is one of my favorite songs on the album. I Rock, Therefore I Am, I Will. Oh, all of these are really good songs. Had You on this album is a very short song, but I feel like it's powerful. It's like a minute long, but it gives you everything you need for a little dose of music. Like, you don't need to sit there and listen to the whole album. Like, if you just need a little bit of something, go to Had You, and you'll get everything you need right in that song. All right, so the next album is The Gold Experience. This is a very, very good album. Again, strongly hated by critics. A lot of critics hated this, but it's one of his most iconic albums, and it's actually very, very cool because there's songs like We March, Shh. That's one of the song titles. I wasn't telling you to shut up, but anyway. The Most Beautiful Girl in the World, Dolphin, Now, 319, I Hate You, Gold. Again, it's funny because a lot of Prince albums, you can't just suggest one song. You have to suggest the entire thing. And these songs on this album, just go listen to the record all the way through and you will see what I'm talking about because it's so good. The next one is actually the album that uses his symbol when he changed his name in 1993, I think. Love Symbol, a very good album. My Name is Prince, Love to the Nines, The Morning Papers, Sweet Baby, 7, The Sacrifice of Victor. Very, 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 very good album, and I highly recommend it because this is an intro into a whole bunch of drama. It just shows his life in such an amazing way that I don't think any artist could show their life. Like, this just represents so much that was happening in his life. And I think that it's the perfect biography if you want to listen to it, because it's so good. Okay, if you didn't know, Prince wrote the Batman soundtrack for the 1989 or 1990 version. And that happens to be my next favorite. Now, it's not up this high because it has good songs on it. It's up this high because of how iconic this album is. This album just holds so much value because it was the first like intro to Batman and how good it could be. Like the music is just really good also. Party Man, Scandalous, Bat Dance, Lemon Crush, Trust. Those are some really good songs, and just go listen to it. Like, you don't even have to like it, but just respect it, because this is the first huge introduction to Batman, and I think you will appreciate it. Okay, so this is one that I think is highly underrated. Now, I happen to be not such a huge fan of it, but it's so iconic that I had to put it up this high because it's just so, it's very like inspirational. Around the World in a Day. Now, this is one of his albums that didn't do well, but a lot of songs on it did very well. Raspberry Beret is a song on here. The B-side to that single is She's Always in My Hair, and that's another good song. Pop Life is on here. America is on here. Really, 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 really good album in terms of iconicness, or whatever you want to call it, because this came right after Purple Rain too. And so I think a lot of people thought it was going to be like a 2.0 version of Purple Rain, but that is not this album at all. Like, it is so good, and you need to go get this or listen to it. Just do something. Okay, so the next one is Controversy. This album, all of the songs are good. Controversy, Do Me Baby, Private Joy, Let's Work, Ronnie Talk to Russia. Those are some really good songs. Now, I would say the last song on this album, it's like my favorite song, but the title is something that I cannot say on YouTube. So go look it up and just listen to the song because it's very good. Okay, so the next one is Prince's self-titled album. What a great song. Now, again, this is his second album he released. I Want to Be Your Lover, When We're Dancing Close and Slow, With You, Bambi, Still Waiting, I Feel For You, It's Gonna Be Lonely. If I Feel For You sounds like a familiar title, if you don't know who Chaka Khan is, she actually remade the song into her own version, and her own version is it's okay. But Prince's version just does it for me. Like, his version is just so energetic, and you can feel his rhythm and singing, and like you can almost feel him like dancing in the studio in a way, and it's just amazing. Okay, the next album is another big album. It has like 30 songs, I think. No, 36 again. Great album, great box set. Jam of the Year is really good. Get Your Groove On is really good. Courtin' Time, Betcha by Golly Wow, White Mansion, I Can't Make You Love Me, Mr. Happy, such good songs. Dreaming About You, Slave, New World, The Human Body, Face Down, Style, Emancipation, the title track. That's an amazing album, and that's the definition of what a good Prince album looks like. Again, it got harshly criticized by the press and all these critics. But again, an amazing album. And this was him saying, like, I'm free. I have my own label now. I don't have to associate with any record companies. This is when he was in his huge dispute with Warner Brothers. And it's just a really good album. And take your time to listen to it. Take a week just to sit down, nothing around you, just embrace the music, because this is what a good Prince album looks like. Okay, so the next one is called 2010. That's another album I don't actually have with me, but I will put it up right here. 2010 is an amazing album. It came out in 2010, very electronic. Future Soul Song is a good song. Laveau is a very good song. Sticky Like Glue is good. Act of God is good. The whole album, Walk in Sand, Sea of Everything, the whole album is amazing. And I highly recommend it because it gives you a whole new sound to Prince that you wouldn't normally hear. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Diamonds and Pearls. You already know how I feel about this if you watched my random record pulling part 2 video. So I'm kind of going to skip over this, but all I will say is an amazing album. Go listen to it, go buy it, whatever you have to do, go get it. The next album is Sign of the Times by Prince. Now, this is one of his most iconic albums. Came out in 1987. Such a good album. Sign of the Times, Housequake, the Ballad of Dorothy Parker, It, Starfish and Coffee, Hot Thing, Forever in My Life, You Got the Look, If I Was Your Girlfriend, I Could Never Take the Place of Your Man, The Cross, and Adore. Adore is so good. Just go listen to it. Like, I keep saying, like, go listen to it. I know it's getting repetitive, but literally, go listen to these, because I'm talking, like, about these albums, but you don't know what they truly are. So please go listen to it if you could, because this is a great album, and all of them are really good albums. Okay, so next is Parade. Well, no, I can show the cover. It's not too risque. Great album. If there's one thing I could say about this, like, I mean, first of all, it's a soundtrack. It's just a masterpiece. The movie is really good, by the way. The movie's called Under the Cherry Moon, but this is called Parade. Under the Cherry Moon, the title track, is really good. Kiss. If you haven't heard Kiss, you don't know who Prince is, so go listen to it. There's Girls and Boys. Another Lover, Hole in Your Head. It's like all one word, and it's really good. Just please go listen to it, because it's worth the listen. And I think this is one of his albums that he put the most effort into, since it was a movie, like, it's an album. Such a great album and movie. The movie's hilarious. It has comedy, like drama, romance. It's a really good movie. So the next album is one of Prince's most iconic album ever, Purple Rain. Now, this isn't my favorite Prince album. It's like my third. And it is because it's Purple Rain. No Prince fan can tell you that any other album that has low popularity or something like that is their favorite. They can say it, but they know in their hearts that it's Purple Rain, because it's Purple Rain. I mean, this sold so many copies, like so many, and just an amazing album. All right, so the next one is 1999. I mean, songs like 1999, Little Red Corvette, Delirious, DMSR, Something in the Water Does Not Compute, Free. This is literally probably one of his best albums. I mean, it's certainly one that blew him up and rocketed him straight up into the sky. And it's just so good. Like, it's so amazing. Now, this might be an unpopular opinion. This is Prince's first album ever. It's called For You. This is my favorite Prince album. There's going to be a lot of people that are mad at me for that statement, but you know what? I'm going to hold it close to my heart because it's true. This is the best Prince album. For You and Love Soft and Wet, Crazy You, Just As Long As We're Together, Baby, My Love Is Forever, So Blue, and I'm Yours. That's the whole track list. Those are all the songs that are on this album, and it's worth every single minute to go listen to it. So please do. Because, I mean, there's like a storyline kind of in the album. And the songwriting, for being 19 years old, when he put this out, is incredible. I've never heard that great songwriting from such a young person. So I think that's where we're going to end it. I'm Brodie. Make sure to subscribe, like, and just comment. And thank you so much for tuning in. This was a great episode, but it did feel a little weird without Wyatt. But you know what? I'm going to try and get better at this and try to improve my skills. I'm sorry if this wasn't your favorite episode. I know it certainly wasn't mine. And just thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time. Bye. Blah, 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 blah. Hee hee. Ooh. My voice is going to be terrible. Now, again, this is so small and it's so reflective that you can barely see it. I cannot talk again. But it's so small that you can barely see it. Wow. This will go at the end in the bloopers, I guess. This album holds so much value because it was the first. Okay. No Prince fan can tell you that some other album that has like no, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh,